Greetings, YouTube lovers and fans. It's me again. So if you're watching this, I'm going to talk a little bit about impulsivity today, but if you're watching this, click like, subscribe, share it on Twitter, add me to your featured channel list, become a subscriber. So I decided to do this video because the last video I did pretty well. I don't think I'm going to hit 50 views in a week, but I think last time I checked it was about 37. So it's performed better than any of my other recent videos. So from my last video, I'm looking a little bit more human. I shaved my beard. The reason I did that is the team that I used to coach was playing at this complex where I had to be for my son's other team. And so I was going to cross paths with them, so I didn't want them to see me looking disheveled and, it's kind of it's better to look good than feel good. So anyways, nothing really exciting happened with that, but anyway, so talking about impulsivity, if you look at the traits of borderline personality disorder, you'll see impulsivity, and a lot of times people take these things out of context because impulsivity can be related to a lot of mental illnesses, depression, anxiety, and it is a trait for borderline personality disorder. Give a couple of examples here. A couple of years ago, I dated this girl, and the relationship ended. I wanted to get back together, and just started to become really clingy and really needy, and needed reassurance and all this type of stuff. So I started calling psychics on the telephone. Just because I needed hope. And so in the process of 2 to 3 weeks, I spent over $1,000, but less than $1,500, either mostly calling psychics or going in and seeing them. And it was a constant thing throughout the day where I would have to call one, and I'd get their answer, and then I'd call another one, I'd get their answer, and then I wasn't certain, so I'd make an appointment to go see one, and then I'd go see them, and sometimes I would call the same one back a couple different times a day. And so once I got over that hurdle, around after 3 weeks, then I was like, shit, I just spent over $1,000 speaking to people on the phone or visiting them in person. So that was related to my borderline personality disorder. So it involved a person, the relationship broke up, it's an emotional, it's an interpersonal relationship. So the impulsivity was related and was fed because of that relationship breaking up. So anyways, just to kind of now give a difference, a few years ago I used to do some social media stuff for a band that had some hits in the 70s, and one of the members passed away a couple years ago, and when that happened, all the things that I did with social media came to an end. And that was part of my identity. It was just something that made me feel good. I felt important, I felt useful, I felt helpful to this person. And so when that ended, that was just something that was taken away from me. And so anyways, I was on the internet the other day, and there's this actress that I like, and she really doesn't have anything social media related on the internet. And so I just thought, well, yeah, I should see if this person will let me do their social media stuff for me, or for them. And so anyways, I sent out an email today, actually no, yesterday. And so I sent it out, and then I, you know, so now I've been like calling psychics, and I know that in my head that logically, as much as what I want to believe in psychics, it's not true, but I'm so hopeless that I'm just looking for hope. I'm hoping to get definite confirmation that they'll want me to do it, or definite confirmation that no, they won't. I just need that reassurance. And so I've been relatively in control of it. But that has nothing to do with the borderline personality disorder. That just has to do with, that'd be more related to, you know, my depression, simply because I'm just so hopeless that I'm looking to get hope from an external source. And speaking to a psychic, I you know, logically I realize there really isn't hope in that, but it's still hope because somebody's telling me that, oh yeah, they'll want your help. So anyways, they said that yes, this celebrity would want my help, and they'll contact me. So in my next video, I'll give a update on that, and we'll find out for sure if psychics really are true. But I've been in control of the spending. I haven't spent all that much, thank God. But that has nothing to do with borderline. The feelings are completely different. In the first situation with the girl, that was something that I was not in control when that happened, and I needed that constant reassurance, and you know, it's completely impulsive, but that was completely borderline personality disorder. Whereas this, I'm in control, but at the same time I'm still looking for reassurance and for hope, and the feelings that I experience inside when it's borderline personality disorder versus depression are completely different. And so that's a little bit on that. You know, it would be nice to do something, you know, social media wise for a celebrity or something like that, just to, I guess, feel important, because, you know, now that I don't do that for the band anymore, and I'm not coaching anymore, you know, they're just things that are taken away. And, you know, this is where stupid people will say, well, you know, geez, you're a great dad. I know that. But there's got to be more to life than just being a dad. And so I'm losing all those other things that are around me. So hopefully I'll get some good news, but don't bet on it. But anyways, going back to this girl, I did go to, this is kind of funny, because there is a part of me that would like to believe in psychics just because I find it interesting. But I did go to this psychic that's local, and went over all this stuff, and he was talking about, you know, that we were really connected and all that, but there's always seems to be roadblocks that get in the way. And he said that he saw us coming, you know, back together, but there would be something in the way, and then we'd go our separate ways. You know, there'd be a person or some sort of interference that. And so we broke up at the very end of June, I think. This would have been a couple years ago. And so he was saying, you know, we'd come back together around the September time frame, and we'd start getting really close again, and then there'd be interference or somebody in the middle, and then we'd go about our separate ways. So September came and went, and the other thing he also said, you know, he paused the tape, and he's like, is she on any drugs? And, you know, he said, you know, I'm not talking about like marijuana, I'm talking about the hard stuff. I was like, no, not to the best of my knowledge. And he said, because, you know, that's what he was sensing. And so anyways, September came and went, and I had just put it out of my mind. I figured the psychic was wrong. And so anyways, probably about a year or two after we had broken up, I had found her on Facebook and sent her a you know, friend request, or you know, whatever, and she had never approved it, and I forgot all about it. And then one day, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she confirms the friend request, and then we talked that night, and for about 6 weeks we got really close again, and she actually admitted to me that she had taken meth. And that was a complete shock to me. And then, so we started getting really close again, and then, I don't know, she had this other guy, and we split up, and that was the end of it. And so, just don't really know where I'm going with that. So, anyways, that's kind of the differences on impulsivity. Sometimes it can be related to borderline personality disorder, and it can be a trait, and other times it can be related to something else and has absolutely nothing to do with borderline personality disorder. That's why it's important to understand what borderline personality disorder is and apply the traits to that correctly. So, hopefully this has been somewhat interesting. Hopefully I'll get a lot more views. If you're watching this, subscribe, have your friends subscribe. I'd like to see that go up from 641. Share the video on Twitter. Add me to your featured channel list. Share the video on Google+. Like the channel, leave comments, do all that fun stuff. Don't have any new poems up, but you can check out the ones that I have. It's Dark Side Writing, or allpoetry.com/darksidewritings. If you want to read a couple that discuss the frustration that I have dealing with people that like to give me stupid advice, there's a couple on there. One is Thoughts of a 12-Year-Old, and the other is a Civil War general dressed in drag. So check those out if you like, leave comments. Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for checking out the video. And hopefully I'll get a lot of views, and I'll do another one next week. So thanks. Bye.